God says you will be free from financial worries before 7:00 p.m. tonight. You will smile when you hear what I have to say. But hurry, this message will vanish in 35 seconds. Open this message now. Listen closely. What you are reading is not a coincidence. This is not just another moment in your day. This is a divine interruption. Heaven has stepped into your timeline and your music, about to witness something that shifts your life completely. If you skip this, you risk missing what could be the most important word you were meant to receive today. Comment Amen right now to claim this with your heart. God is speaking directly to your storm. He sees your struggle. He knows the weight you carry, the anxiety that keeps you awake, the fear that shakes your confidence. He is not ignoring your tears. He has counted each one and held them like treasure. You have been battling silently, hoping for a sign, for a way out, for a release. And now God says, before the clock strikes 7 p.m., I will lift the burden of financial worry from your life. This is not about chance. It's not wishful thinking. This is your appointed moment. When God speaks, the natural bends to the supernatural. He doesn't make empty promises. He doesn't tease with false hope. If He said it, He will do it. He is not a man that He should lie, nor a son of man that He should change His mind. His word stands forever, and His word to you today is this: I am releasing you from the grip of financial struggle. I am tearing down the walls that have blocked your breakthrough. I am about to surprise you in ways you did not expect. Now, if this stirs something inside you, if your heart is racing because something about this feels real, then don't just scroll away. Stay watch. Listen, because this is where everything starts shifting. Your obedience to pause and receive, this will open doors no man can shut. Like this video if you believe this word is yours, and let it be your silent agreement with heaven. You may have felt forgotten. You may have looked at your bank account and felt shame. You may have stretched every dollar and still come up short. But God says, I was watching every time. I was listening to every cry. I have not turned my face from you. I allowed the testing, but now I bring the release. God is not only removing debt, He is pouring out abundance. He is sending help from places you haven't looked. Unexpected provision is on its way. Comment 11 if you believe that miracles are already moving toward you. Right now, the very hour you feel like giving up is often the hour God steps in. And He's stepping in now. The time is set. The promise is in motion. You will look back on today as the day God interrupted the cycle of lack and replaced it with favor. That heaviness in your chest, the worry in your stomach, the pressure that's been building, He's lifting it. He is Jehovah Jireh, your provider, and He is making a way where there was none. You are not just someone wandering through life. You are chosen. You are marked with divine favor. You carry the attention of heaven. When others overlooked you, God was watching. When others forgot you, God remembered. And today He's calling your name. He's saying this promise is personal. I am stepping into your finances, into your job, into your household, into every corner of lack. I am bringing freedom. Do not be afraid of how it will happen. That's not your burden to carry. Your job is not to figure it out. Your job is to believe, to trust, to walk by faith and not by sight. The same God who multiplied the widow's oil is standing in your kitchen. The same God who fed thousands with 5 loaves is looking at your bills. And He's not worried because He owns it all. And He shares with His children. You have not come this far just to be abandoned. You have not walked through fire for nothing. God says, I will honor your endurance. I saw what you gave even when you lacked. I watched you bless others while your own heart was hurting. I will repay. I will restore. I will open up the heavens over you. You will see my hand move in ways that silence the doubt and shock even your enemies. Comment 2:2. If you trust that God is already moving on your behalf, this is a divine setup, not a delay. Every door that was closed was for your protection. Every rejection was a redirection. You didn't lose what was meant for you. What's coming is better than what was delayed. God never leaves you in a place without sending His provision. If He brought you here, He's already arranged your way out. That deadline, He's going to meet it. That bill, He's going to pay it. That need, He's going to exceed it. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not invisible. God has carved your name into His hand. His eyes are always on you. And when He says you'll be free from financial worries before 700 p.m., He means it. He's not guessing. He's declaring. And when God declares a thing, nothing can stand in the way. Don't look at your current situation. Don't measure His power by your paycheck. Don't limit His ability by your bank balance. God is not restricted by numbers. He is the creator of increase. He can do more in one moment than music you could do in a lifetime. And that moment is on its way. You've waited. Music you've prayed. You've sawn in tears. Now comes the harvest. Now comes the release. Now comes the unexpected phone call, the favor-filled email, the new opportunity, the gift that changes everything. Get ready. God says, I am accelerating your breakthrough. I am speeding up the promise. You will not end this day the same way you started. A neuroscientist says, yes, a 9-word script long buried in government files can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. But God saw it all, every silent battle, every hidden tear, every night you went to bed hoping tomorrow would be better. And now He says, I am answering you, not later, not someday, but today. His voice is clear. His promise is sure. You will be free from financial worries before 700 p.m. tonight. You need to know this isn't just about money. It's music about peace. God doesn't want you lying awake at night, worrying how the bills will be paid. He doesn't want anxiety stealing your sleep or fear controlling your decisions. He is the Prince of Peace, and He's walking into your situation to calm the storm. What you're facing may look impossible, but God never needed ideal conditions to work. He is God in the fire, God in the flood, and God in your finances. Nothing about your struggle scares Him. Nothing about your lack is beyond Him. Comment 333. If you are declaring your faith, even when you can't yet see the answer, every time chose to trust Him when it didn't make sense, heaven noticed. Every time you praised Him while lacking, He kept a record. This moment is a harvest from the seeds you've sown in faith. God doesn't forget faithfulness. He multiplies it. You thought nothing was happening, but in the invisible realm, things were shifting. Angels were moving. Doors were being unlocked. Provision was being prepared. And now it's about to be released. Don't think it's too late. Don't think it's too big. God says, I am the God of right on time. Not early, not late. Right when it feels like you're at the end, He shows up with more than enough. He has never failed His children, and He won't start with you. He fed Elijah with ravens, brought water from a rock, rained manna from the sky. If He can do that, He can cover your rent. He can clear your debt. He can fund your dream. This promise is not for everyone. It's for the one who stayed when it would have been easier to walk away. It's for the one who still chose faith after disappointment. It's for the one reading this with tears in their eyes, saying, God, I need this word to be real. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's for you. God didn't bring you here by mistake. This is a divine appointment, and your time has come. There's a shift taking place in the spirit. Can you feel it? That heaviness that's been pressing down is starting to lift. That panic in your chest is turning into peace. Why? Because the King of Heaven just walked into your situation. He doesn't come empty-handed. He comes with blessing, with provision, with supernatural answers. You don't need to know how. You just need to say yes. Comment 555 if you believe something is already changing in your favor. You might be wondering, but how will he do it? That's not your concern. When Peter needed to pay the temple tax, Jesus didn't explain how. He just told him to go fishing, and the coin was already in the fish's mouth. That's the kind of provision God brings. Unusual, unexplained, unexpected, but right on time. You don't need all the details. You need faith. Walk into this word like Peter walked on water, not because it makes sense, but because Jesus said, "Come." God says, "I am placing your name on the lips of those who can bless you." Someone will be prompted to help you. A stranger will feel led to give. An open door will appear that you didn't even knock on, because God's favor will make a way. His hand is not too short. His reach is not limited. When he says you will be free, he means completely, fully, without delay. That stress you've been carrying, he's lifting it now. You were never meant to carry the burden alone. That's why Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." God wants to restore you body, mind, and spirit. And it begins with releasing the financial chains that have held you back. You're not called to just survive. You're called to thrive. And when God sets you free, you won't just have enough. You'll have overflow. You've been through a season of testing, but God is turning it into a testimony. Others will ask how you came through, and you'll say, "It was all God." You won't be able to explain it logically, because this blessing will be too big, too precise, too perfect to make sense. That's how he works, so that no man can take credit for what only he could do. He's not just fixing your present, he's securing your future. He's setting up opportunities, clearing paths, and positioning you for influence. Why? Because your story carries weight. Your survival has purpose. Your struggle will bring strength to others, and your breakthrough will become someone else's blueprint. What God does for you today will echo in the lives of others tomorrow. So don't lose heart. Don't let fear speak louder than faith. Don't let the clock make you anxious. God is not limited by time. He created it, and he controls it. When he says before 700 p.m., it's because he already knows the exact moment everything changes. You just need to keep believing until the breakthrough meets you. You don't have to chase it. It's already coming. Hold on to this word. Guard it. Protect it. Don't let doubt steal it. Don't let discouragement drown it out. The enemy wants you to give up right before it happens. Don't stay planted. Stay faithful, because even now something is shifting in your favor. Even now, provision is moving toward you. Even now, the chains are breaking. You may feel forgotten by people, but you are known in heaven. Your name is spoken in divine places. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are loved. God's eyes have never left you. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence, hidden deep in your subconscious, may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. He saw when the bills piled up. He heard the silent sighs as you tried to stay strong. He was there when you chose to smile through the stress so others wouldn't worry. And now he says, "Enough. I am stepping in. I will not let this destroy you. I will not let lack define you. You are stepping into a season where your needs will be met before you even speak them. God is moving swiftly now. What held you back is losing power." Comment 12:12. If you believe, God is already handling what you've been worrying about. This promise isn't just to comfort you, it's to prepare you. Because when God removes financial stress, He's not only giving you relief, He's positioning you for something greater. Freedom from worry means freedom to serve, to give, to dream again. It means your prayers stop being about surviving and start being about purpose. That's why the enemy fought you so hard. He wasn't just after your money, he was after your mind, your peace, your hope, but he's lost. God says, I am restoring your strength. I am making a way out of this cycle. You've gone through enough. You've learned how to stretch. You've learned how to pray through pressure. And now you will learn what it means to walk in blessing. Not because you earned it, but because He is good, because He is faithful, because He delights in blessing His children. This next season of your life will not be built on striving. It will be built on trust. You will not live in fear of what's coming next. You will live with confidence in who holds your future. God has already walked into your tomorrow. He's already provided. You just haven't seen it manifest yet. But it's coming. In fact, it's closer than you think. Some of you will feel the shift before the sun sets. A call, an answer, a deposit, a release. Yes, even today. Comment 777. If you trust God's timing more than your own understanding, let your heart rest in this. You don't need to manipulate, to beg, to impress. You are loved just as you are. You are chosen, not by people, but by the Creator of heaven and earth. He knows exactly what you need and how to get it to you. And when He moves, it will leave no doubt that it was Him. The doors He opens won't be forced. The help that shows up will feel like grace, not struggle. He makes crooked paths straight. God never brings you to a place of breakthrough just to leave you wondering if He'll come through. If He brought you here, He's already provided for it. You may not see the way, but He does. He is already speaking to someone on your behalf. He is already unlocking a resource. He is already softening a heart. He is already turning the hearts of kings in your favor. You will not be denied. There's a deeper reason for this breakthrough. Yes, it's about your peace. Yes, it's about your freedom, but it's also about your legacy. God is about to shift things so drastically in your life that future generations will feel the ripple. What He breaks off of you, poverty, fear, anxiety, will not touch your children. The lack you've endured will end with you. You're not just receiving a blessing, you're breaking a curse ectus. You've probably wondered if God still sees you. You've prayed and felt silence. But faith isn't about what you feel, it's about who you trust. And God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. If He parted seas before, He can music cancel debt now. If He multiplied fish, He can multiply your income. Don't box Him in with doubt. Don't limit Him with your logic. His ways are higher. God is not asking for your perfection. He's asking for your surrender. Let go of the timeline you built in your head. Let go of the pressure you've placed on yourself to figure everything out. He's not waiting for you to fix it. He's waiting for you to trust Him with it. And the moment you do, things begin to move. Miracles don't require formulas. They require faith. There's someone who will read this and feel like this must be for someone else. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've mismanaged money. Maybe you feel unworthy. But God doesn't bless based on perfection. He blesses based on His mercy. He doesn't love you less because you stumbled. In fact, He loves lifting you out of the pit and setting you on solid ground. His grace doesn't expire. The enemy has tried to convince you that nothing will change, that you'll always struggle, that hope is foolish. But he's a liar. The truth is this: God is not done with you. He's just getting started. What's coming is greater than what's been. What's ahead is brighter than what you left behind. The season of constant financial pressure is coming to a close, and the sound of joy is about to return to your house. You will laugh again without fear of tomorrow. You will plan without panic. You will give without guilt because the weight will be gone. That constant fear that something will fall apart, God is silencing it. That dread that shows up when your phone rings or a new bill arrives, God is replacing it with confidence. You will be able to breathe again. It's not just about what's being removed. It's about what's being restored. Peace, joy, expectation. God is giving those back to you. And soon you'll realize that what you went through was not in vain. The fire didn't burn you. It refined you. The pressure didn't break you. It built you. The lack didn't disqualify you. It prepared you. God saw that He's rewarding your endurance. You didn't give up when it would have been easier to walk away. You kept praying, kept believing, and now heaven is responding. The windows of heaven are opening, and what's been held back is being released over your life. What's coming to you won't just meet the need, it will exceed it. Because God doesn't give halfway blessings. When He shows up, He comes with overflow. He comes with more than enough, and not just in finances. You'll begin to see breakthrough in your mind, your relationships, your health, your confidence. The financial freedom is just the beginning. It's the first door He's unlocking, but it leads to many more. This is a chain reaction of blessings starting now. Comment 999 if you believe this freedom is already yours in the Spirit. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research, and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. This freedom is going to feel strange at first. You've been so used to pressure, you've started to carry it like it belongs to you. But God says, I'm removing the false identity you built in survival. You are not music broken. You are not poor. You are not barely making it. You are my child. You are royalty. You are covered. It's time to stop expecting disaster and start expecting favor. It's time to live like someone who has heaven's backing. Do you realize what happens when you truly trust God with your lack? Chains fall. Fear breaks. The enemy loses ground. That's why he's tried to distract you with panic. He knows that if you ever fully believe that God will provide, then you'll step out in faith. And faith changes everything. You'll stop shrinking. You'll stop settling. You'll start walking boldly, praying boldly, asking boldly. God is not offended by your bold prayers. He's not surprised by your big needs. In fact, He invites it. Scripture says, ask and you shall receive. Not ask and maybe. Not ask if you're perfect, but ask and it shall be given to you. You've asked, you've music waited, now you will receive. And when you do, give Him the glory. Let others know what He has done for you. This story isn't just about your breakthrough. It's about His faithfulness. Some of you have been thinking, I've heard this before. I've hoped before. What if it doesn't happen? And to that, God says, what if it does? What if this time is different? What if this is the moment everything begins to shift? Don't let past disappointment close your heart to present promise. God is doing a new thing. And the worst thing you can do is sleep through the miracle because you were expecting more pain. Comment 1010 if you're ready for this new thing God is doing in your life. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You music are not beneath. The enemy wanted you to believe those lies so you would stay stuck. But God says you are blessed and highly favored. You are above and snorts not beneath. You are the head and not the tail. His word declares that you are more than a conqueror, and that truth is rising up in you today. This is not about pretending everything is fine. God is not asking you to fake strength. He is asking you to lean on His. You don't have to carry the burden anymore. He's carrying you. You don't have to figure it all out. He's already worked it out. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to trust the one who does. Imagine this: a day without the weight of financial fear. A day where you're not checking your account before every decision. A day where your first thought is joy, not panic. That day is coming. And for some, it's already begun. God is sending relief into your house. Even now, He's breathing peace into your heart. You don't have to live with that knot in your chest anymore. He is healing more than your wallet. He's healing your soul. People won't understand how quickly it changes. They won't believe how suddenly the blessing came. That's okay. They don't have to understand. This miracle is between you and God. He's not doing it to impress people. He's doing it to show you how deeply He loves you. You could have given up, but you didn't. You could have walked away, but you stayed. And He is honoring that faith. The shift that's coming isn't small. It's not just a tiny blessing to keep you quiet. It's big enough to silence every doubt, every fear, every critic. It's bold. It's loud. It's obvious. It will leave no room for question. People will look and say, "Only God could have done that." That's exactly how He wants it to be. This freedom isn't temporary. This is a permanent release. God is closing the chapter of survival and opening the chapter of stability, strength, and supernatural supply. You won't have to live from miracle to miracle. You'll live in overflow. You'll have what you need. And more so, you can be the answer to someone else's prayer, so you can build, bless, and give generously. You weren't created just to worry about making ends meet. You were created for purpose, for impact, for destiny. That's why the enemy hit you so hard in this area. He wanted to keep you distracted. But now that God is removing that, wait, you're going to see clearly again. You're going to dream again. You're going to walk in boldness again. You won't always understand the timing. Sometimes it looks like God is late, but He's always strategic. What you thought was delay was actually preparation. What looked like silence was God setting the stage. And when He moves, it's not rushed. It's right. Before the sun sets today, you will begin to sense that weight lifting. Some will see immediate answers. Others will see signs that it's already in motion. But all will know God has spoken. You were created to walk in peace, in power, and in His promises. And now God is tearing down the walls that have surrounded your life with stress and replacing them with favor that surrounds you like a shield. The change has already begun, even if you don't see it yet. Heaven has released it. God says, "Watch how quickly I move when you let go of fear." Some of the delay was because you were trying to control everything. But the moment you opened your hands and said, "God, I trust you," everything in the spirit began to shift. This is what real faith looks like. Not knowing how, but still believing He will. And God responds to that kind of faith. He honors it. He moves for it. Comment 15:15. If you're letting go of fear and grabbing hold of God's promise right now, could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The people around you may not understand what you're going through. They might see you smiling and think you're fine, but only you and God know the tears you've cried in silence, the worries that have filled your chest, the thoughts that have whispered, "What if it all falls apart?" But God is silencing those voices now. He is declaring over you, "It will not fall apart. I am holding it together. I am holding you together." You will see that your faith was not wasted. You didn't wait in vain. You didn't believe in vain. Every prayer mattered. Every tear was heard. Every moment you chose faith over fear was recorded in heaven. And now the reward is arriving. You're not just receiving something for today. God is setting you up for long-term peace. No more roller coasters of barely enough. No more panic at the end of each month. No more fear when unexpected needs arise. What's coming will bring rest. Deep soul-level rest. The kind of rest that makes you breathe differently, sleep more peacefully, and wake up with purpose. Because when God provides, He doesn't just meet a need. He restores your joy. He restores your hope. He brings back what life and fear tried to take. And He adds more. Always more, because that's the kind of Father He is. Comment 17:17, if you believe He's not only going to meet your need, but restore what was lost. You may not see the full picture yet, but signs are already showing up. That random opportunity that came out of nowhere, that wasn't luck. That was God. That call you missed, but felt oddly peaceful about, God is in it. That email, that unexpected message, that open door you didn't plan for. It's all part of what He's already started. The pieces are falling into place faster than you realize. You've been obedient. You've stayed faithful. You kept showing up in prayer, even when it felt quiet. And now you're about to step into answers that overflow. God is not stingy. He is not limited. When He blesses, He does it in ways that leave you speechless. You'll stand in the middle of it and say, "I didn't see this coming, but I knew He would do something." Don't be surprised when it happens suddenly. That's how God works. Years of struggle can shift in a single moment of favor. And this is that moment, that word you've been needing, that confirmation you've been praying for. It's not just encouragement, it's divine instruction. He's telling you to prepare your heart, because the breakthrough is not just near. It's here. Others may try to explain it away, call it coincidence, or say you just got lucky, but you'll know better. You'll know it was the hand of God. The same hand that lifted Peter out of the waves. The same hand that touched blind eyes and opened them. That hand is touching your finances, your stress, your future, and everything it touches changes. You're going to look back on this day and remember it. Not because everything looked perfect, but because something shifted in your spirit. You'll say, "That was the moment I decided to believe fully. That was the moment I felt peace again. That was when the weight started lifting." It may not all happen in one blink, but you'll know something started. And what God starts, He finishes. Don't doubt the process just because it's quiet. Some of God's greatest works happen in silence. Seeds grow underground before they ever break the surface. Your breakthrough is growing even now. You might not see the roots, but they're stretching deep. Stability is being built beneath you. Strength high rising within you. And soon, what's been hidden will bloom. This financial release isn't just about comfort. It's about calling. There are things God has placed inside you that couldn't grow in survival mode. But now with the weight lifting, your vision will return. Your boldness will return. The plans He whispered to you in the dark will come alive in the light. He didn't just bring you through the fire so you could breathe easier. He brought you through so you could rise stronger. He's not done with you. In fact, He's just beginning. The promise of freedom from financial worry isn't a finish line, and it's the starting point for the next part of your calling. You've been faithful in little. Now He's about to trust you with more. Not just for you, but through you. Others will eat from the fruit of your breakthrough. Your overflow will become someone else's rescue. You'll know it's God because it won't come through the doors you expected. It won't follow your plan, but it will be better. It will feel right, and it will bring the peace. That's how God moves. Not with pressure, but with confirmation. Not with chaos, but with clarity. He will show you where to walk, and as you walk, provision will meet you. Hold your head up. You've carried shame and guilt over money too long. God is lifting that off you. You are not your bank account. You are not your past decisions. You are not what you lack. You are His, and He calls you blessed, chosen, set apart, provided for. Let that be your identity, moving forward. Not with delay, not with uncertainty, but with power, with certainty, with compassion. God says, I have not skipped over you. I have not ignored your cries. I was preparing something greater than you imagined. You see, when the wait feels the longest, it often means the miracle is the closest. God never wastes time. Every delay has been a divine setup. Every moment of pressure, every unanswered prayer, every closed door, it all led to this. To the moment where God says, I will release you from financial stress, and I will replace it with favor. Not just a little, not barely enough, but running over, pressed down, shaken together kind of favor. Comment, Amen. If you receive that this is your moment of release, what do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, clear debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. God isn't just solving a problem. He's shifting your identity. You've gotten so used to being the one in need that you forgot what it feels like to be the one who blesses others. But that's changing. You're stepping into a season where you won't borrow, you'll lend. Where you won't beg, you'll give. Where you won't dread bills, you'll have more than enough. This is the power of God's hand moving in your life. This moment is bigger than money. God is restoring your belief, your trust, your joy. He knows that financial pressure does more than drain your wallet. It drains your strength, your creativity, your energy. But that's coming back now. He's breathing life into the parts of you that have been tired and numb. You're going to feel again, dream again, plan again, live again. God is not the author of confusion. He doesn't give you promises to tease you. He speaks them so you'll stand on them. He doesn't ask you to carry the weight. He asks you to believe, to trust that what He said, He will do. You don't need all the answers. You don't need the full blueprint. All you need is a heart that says, God, I trust you anyway. Comment 22:2. If you're choosing to trust Him fully right now, you've been faithful with little. You've honored Him even when it was hard. You've given when you barely had anything left. And God has not forgotten. The seeds you've sown in faith are coming up in this season. Not just in trickles, but in a harvest. The kind of harvest that will heal years of lack. The kind of blessing that leaves no room for fear. What's coming won't just cover the need. It will heal the wound. Some blessings come in silence. Others come loudly. This one will be loud, visible, obvious. People will look at your life and wonder how it turned around so quickly. And you'll know it was God. Only God. No strategy, no shortcut, no secret formula. Just Him, His grace, His timing, His mercy, and your obedience to believe. You are not forgotten in the crowd. Heaven knows your name. You are not lost in the noise. Heaven hears your voice. When you prayed in the dark, God listened. When you cried into your pillow, He held you. When you whispered, God, I don't know how much more I can take. He made a promise to bring you through, and now He's fulfilling it. There is a peace coming to your house that money can't buy. A peace that comes from knowing that your needs are not your responsibility alone. They are God's. He is your provider, not your job, not your side hustle, not your next paycheck. Him. He may use those things, but he is not limited to them. If one source dries up, he opens another. He's not running out of options. You felt like you were behind, like everyone else was moving forward, and you were stuck. But the truth is, you've been in a season of preparation. God was hiding you to protect you, building strength inside you that you didn't even know you'd need. And now that the foundation is set, He's about to build on it fast, suddenly without warning. People will say, "How did this happen so quickly?" And you'll answer with quiet confidence, "God did it. I waited, I trusted, I obeyed, and He came through." This financial release isn't the end of your miracle. It's the beginning. As God removes this weight from your life, you'll find room to breathe, room to worship, room to build what He placed inside you long ago. That idea you shelved because of money, dust it off. That plan you paused because of fear, revisit it. This is your time. Your story is about to shift from barely making it to blessing others freely. You won't just have peace. You'll be a peacemaker. You won't just survive. You'll show others how to live with faith. And through it all, God will get the glory. Every time you share your story, someone else's hope will rise. Every time you speak of His goodness, chains will break off someone else's life. He's not just blessing you for you. He's blessing you to be a testimony, to show what it looks like when someone doesn't give up, to reveal His heart to those who are still waiting. You've been chosen for this. You've been trusted with this, and now it's unfolding in front of you. So don't shrink back. Don't doubt the moment. Don't overthink it. This is the promise. This is the breakthrough. This is the move of God that you've been crying out for. Because what He lifts, He doesn't return. He replaces it with peace, provision, and promise. God is not only answering your need, He's doing it in a way that shows you just how close He's always been. You've asked, "Lord, are you still with me?" And He's whispering right now, "I never left." Even when you couldn't feel Him, He was there. Even when you doubted, He remained faithful. He watched over every detail, counted every tear, and protected you from things you didn't even know were coming. And now He's proving Himself in a way that no purpose, no circumstance, no fear can undo. Comment 33 to declare your faith in what God is unfolding right now. You've seen dark days. You've walked through long seasons where it felt like everyone else was moving forward while you were stuck in place. But what looked like delay was actually divine preparation. God wasn't holding you back. He was building you up. He was teaching you to depend on Him. Not just for the answer, but for every step along the way. Now that the lesson has been written on your heart, the release is coming into your life. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this Athome ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There will be moments in the days ahead when you suddenly realize the pressure is gone. You'll wake up without anxiety. You'll check your account and not feel panic. You'll open your heart to dream again, not because your circumstances changed, but because your spirit knows God is in control. And that shift will affect everything: your decisions, your relationships, your peace. This is how He restores not just what you lost, but who you are. People might not see it yet, but God's favor is all over you. Quietly, powerfully, unmistakably, He is setting you apart. The things you've prayed for in private will be answered publicly. The breakthrough you've waited for in silence will soon become a testimony on your lips. Not because you forced it, not because you manipulated it, but because you trusted God, even when you had no evidence but His word. Comment 555. If you believe His word is already at work in your life, you may not know how it's all going to come together. That's okay. Faith doesn't always come with explanations. It comes with peace. And that's how you'll know this is God. Because peace will come first, before the money, before the miracle, before the breakthrough. Peace will come. It's His signature, His assurance that He's already taken care of what you can't see. God is not just meeting your need, He's rebuilding your confidence. There was a time you used to believe without hesitation. You used to speak faith before fear even had a chance. But life has worn you down. People disappointed you, plans fell apart, and slowly, quietly, you stopped dreaming. But God says, I'm restoring that childlike faith. I'm giving you back your boldness. You will believe again. You will dream again. And this time, you won't be afraid. It will fall apart. This freedom from financial stress isn't the only thing. He's healing. He's touching your heart, too. Healing the wounds of disappointment, the scars left by rejection, the fear that settled in after every failure. He's removing the voice in your head that says, you'll never be enough. And He's replacing it with truth. You are my child. You are worthy. You are loved. You are chosen. You're not behind. You're right on time for what God has prepared. He's not measuring your life against someone else's. He's not comparing your journey to anyone else's path. Your miracle has its own schedule, and heaven is never late. Trust that. Rest in that. Let that truth become louder than your fear. You may feel tired. That's okay. God doesn't need your strength. He gives you His. Scripture says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. So if you're feeling weak, you're in the perfect place for God to show up strong. You don't need to do more. You need to trust more. He's already working, and as He moves, you'll notice things falling into place effortlessly. The call that opens a door, the email that shifts the pressure, the gift music that covers the gap. It will come in ways you didn't expect, through hands you didn't anticipate. But it will music be exactly what you need, because God doesn't miss. He doesn't forget. He doesn't run out. You've been praying for provision, but what He's giving you is more than just money. He's giving you peace, direction, confidence, and the ability to help others. He's enlarging your heart, and that's why He's blessing your life so you can bless someone else's. You're becoming an answer to the same kinds of prayers you once prayed. That's the power of a transformed life. This is what breakthrough looks like. Not just loud and obvious, but steady and peaceful. You're stepping into a season where the blessings don't bring pressure, they bring rest. You won't have to strive to keep what God gives. It will stay because it came from Him. Clears throat, and what He gives, no one can take away. So take a deep breath. You don't have to keep living like you're one step from collapse. That season is ending. God is planting your feet on steady ground. And when the clock turns, when the day shifts, when the provision shows up, you'll know. Not because of how it came, but because of who sent it. You held it together for your children, your family, your loved ones. You told yourself to be strong, but inside the question kept echoing, God, when will it change? And today God answers now. It changes now. This is not just the easing of a burden. It is a breaking of chains. The weight of financial worry that followed you day after day, night after night, is being broken. Not by your effort, not by another person, but by the power of God. He is doing what no human plan could accomplish. Where doors were shut, He is opening new ones. Where resources dried up, He is creating new streams. Where you heard no before, now you will hear yes. You didn't survive this long just to be left behind. God didn't carry you through that last storm just to abandon you at the edge of blessing. What's coming isn't temporary relief. It's divine restoration. This freedom isn't something you'll have to fight for anymore. He's already won it on your behalf. Comment, Amen. Right now, if you believe this is not just a moment, this is your new beginning. You've spent long enough afraid to check your account, long enough counting every coin, wondering how you'll make it through the week. God sees how hard you've tried, how you've stretched what little you had, how you've sacrificed, gone without, and kept giving, even when you barely had enough for yourself. Heaven has witnessed your generosity and lack, and now it is heaven's turn to respond in overflow. He's shifting things in the background that you haven't even seen yet. People are being stirred to bless you. Systems are being rearranged. Opportunities are being positioned with your name on them. That job you thought was out of reach. That promotion you felt overlooked for. That debt you thought would never disappear. It's all being touched by His hand. Because when God says freedom, nothing can stay bound. Comment 111 if you feel that something is already shifting in your spirit right now. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This Nasword script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You might think, but I failed before. And God says, I still choose you. You might feel unworthy, but His love never changes. His mercy isn't based on your perfection. It's based on His promise, and His promise is clear. I will supply all your needs according to my riches in glory. Not your riches, not your qualifications, His. That means there's no limit, no lack, no delay too great for Him to overcome. This financial release isn't coming because everything is perfect. It's coming because His grace is greater than your need. He's not waiting for you to figure it out. He's waiting for you to surrender it, to let go of the fear, to stop trying to control what only He can handle. When you open your hands, you make room for Him to fill them, and He will fill them with provision, with peace, with clarity, with supernatural breakthroughs that logic can't explain, the kind of blessing that interrupts your life and replaces stress with joy. You won't have to manipulate anything to make it happen. You won't have to prove your worth to earn it. This is unearned. This is undeserved. This is grace. You'll see it in the little things first. A payment going through when you thought it wouldn't. An unexpected refund. A friend offering help without you asking. A job offer that feels tailor-made for you. Don't ignore these signs. They are the beginning of the breakthrough. Each one a whisper from heaven saying, I'm with you. I'm doing it. Keep believing. You are not who the struggle tried to make you. You are not the labels of broke, forgotten, or behind. You are not defined by what's in your wallet. You are defined by who holds your life. And that is God Almighty. The same God who fed thousands with a handful of fish is multiplying what little you have now. The same God who parted the sea is parting this mountain of financial fear in your life. He doesn't work by chance. He works by purpose. And there is a divine purpose to this breakthrough. God is going to use your story to speak to someone else's faith. They'll look at your life and see evidence that God is real, that He is good, and that He comes through. Your breakthrough will be their hope. So don't shrink back. Don't water down your expectation. Stand in full faith. Speak life over your finances. Declare freedom over your family. Walk in your home and say, peace lives here now. Provision lives here now. God lives here now. Because when you make room for Him, lack has no place to stay. Yes, there will be moments where fear tries to creep back in, but you'll remember what He promised and you'll stand firm. The same way David faced Goliath with nothing but a sling and God's name. You'll face every challenge with confidence, because this battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. You tried to stay strong for those who depend on you. You kept the fear hidden behind a tired smile, but God saw it all. Every thought, every prayer, every moment when you said, Lord, I trust you, but I'm scared. And today He answers with power, not just words. He says, before this day ends, I am lifting you out of this. You are not invisible to heaven. Your needs have not gone unnoticed. While the world kept moving and people passed by, God was watching. And not only was He watching, He was planning. He has been preparing this moment long before you even knew you would need it. This is not a last-minute rescue. This is a divine appointment, a turning point. The weight that's been on your chest is being lifted now by the one who spoke the universe into being. Comment 777 if you believe God is lifting the weight off your shoulders today. What you've gone through hasn't been for nothing. The enemy thought he could crush you with pressure, but all he did was drive you closer to God. He thought he could silence your faith, but instead, you began to pray deeper, worship louder, and trust more fully. You didn't give up even when it felt like nothing was changing. And now God says, because you trusted me in the dark, I'm going to reward you in the light. You've been faithful. Maybe not perfect, but faithful. You kept your heart open when it would have been easier to grow bitter. You kept helping others when you needed help yourself. And God took note. He doesn't just look at your situation. He sees your spirit. And yours is strong, steady, loyal. He's about to honor that. He's about to shift things in your favor in a way that no one will be able to deny. When you see it, when the blessing arrives, you'll know it was Him. It won't make sense by human standards. But God doesn't work within limits. He works in miracles. And this one has your name on it. Not because you earned it, but because you believed when it was hard. Because you stayed when others would have walked away. Because you kept saying, God, music is good, even when life didn't feel good. Comment 1212 if you believe this miracle has your name on it. You won't have to strive for this. You won't have to beg or chase or force anything to happen. What's coming is already appointed, already approved, already released. You're not waiting on it. It's coming to meet you. It's being drawn to your faith like a magnet. God sees the way you've been faithful, even when you didn't feel strong. And He's honoring that now with peace, provision, and breakthrough. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer, buried in a classified FBI report, is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government music might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. This next season of your life will not look like the last. You are stepping into a new chapter, and the first line has already been written. Freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from stress. Freedom from that inner voice that kept whispering, you'll never be enough. God is silencing that lie. You are more than enough. Not because of what you have, but because of who you belong to. You belong to the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. The God who said, let there be light, and the sun obeyed. The God who brought water from a rock, manna from heaven, and turned a boy's lunch into a banquet for thousands. That's the same God who is providing for you now. His power didn't weaken. His love hasn't faded. He is still the same. Clears throat. You may have felt forgotten, overlooked, or even punished. But that's not the truth. God has been working in silence. Delays weren't his denial. They were his protection. The wait was never about withholding. It was about preparing. He had to clear the path so you wouldn't trip over what was never meant to stay in your life. And now, what's ahead is Telluride for your healing, your peace, and your purpose. He's about to surprise you, not in small ways, but in undeniable, overwhelming, breathtaking ways. The kind of blessing that stops you in your tracks. The kind that brings tears of relief to your eyes. That moment when you realize, I don't have to carry this anymore. God really did it. That's what's coming. And sooner than you think, you'll find yourself walking in places you only dreamed about. Sitting at tables you once thought were out of reach. Laughing in ways you forgot were possible. Not because everything is perfect, but because the weight is gone. Because God made a way. Because what was hard to carry has now become your testimony. You are entering a season where the pressure to survive will no longer rule your decisions. Instead, peace will guide you. Vision will lead you. Joy will carry you. You'll make plans not out of panic, but out of confidence. You'll wake up with purpose, not fear. And every day you'll remember God did this. You'll walk through doors you didn't knock on. Opportunities will find you, not because of who you know, but because of who knows you, your Father. He is orchestrating divine connections and opening paths that you couldn't make on your own. And He's doing it not just to bless you, but to show you that He was always in control. This is the turning point. What held you down won't have power over you anymore. What made you feel stuck will be a story of how God brought you out. What caused you shame will become a source of praise. God is rewriting your story, and the next pages are filled with promise.